Don't do anything in life where if somebody asks you the reason why you're doing it, the answer is everybody else is doing it. I mean, if you just cancel that as a rationale for doing any activity in life, you'll live a better life, whether it's at the stock market or any place else. My old boss, Ben Graham, talked about having a partner named Mr. Market. And Mr. Market, you know, when you own a stock, Mr. Market comes around every day. Let's say it's General Motors, and he names you a price at which you can either buy more from him or you can sell to him. Now imagine having a McDonald's stand, and you got one partner, and that partner comes around, and someday they're building a Burger King across or a Kentucky Fried, and he gets pessimistic, so he names a low price because he's afraid you're going to sell to him. So you buy from him. And other days he comes around, there's a big long line of cars in the drive-in. The other guy's shut down across the street, so he thinks he better name a high price because otherwise you might buy from him. So you get this very erratic partner who gives you a price every day, which you can ignore if you wish. But if he says something silly, you take advantage of him. Yep. Now, what kind of a partner do you want then? You want some psychotic drunk, you know, because you want some guy that wanders all over the place, you know, and gets all enthused and all depressed. Yep. But you never forget that you're buying the business, and he is the guy that's wandering around in a crazy way. Volatility is the friend of the... I love volatility. If no stock ever moved around very much, it'd be impossible to make any real money. Volatility is your friend. You can turn it into your enemy. I mean, if you get worried when your stocks go down or you feel like you ought to rush in and buy things because they've gone up, volatility is your enemy. But if volatility means that a very good company someday will sell at X, and sometime later it'll sell at 2/3 of X, and another time it'll sell at 1.5 times X, you will get very rich if you can just keep figuring out what X is. And volatility is what will enable you to make a lot of money. So anytime people get upset about volatility, they don't really understand the nature of markets and how they should be thinking about them. Also, there's a propensity of people to gamble. Yeah. I mean, when I was 21, I went on my honeymoon. My wife was 19. We went through Las Vegas, and it was 1952. And we stopped at the Flamingo, which was then kind of a motel-like structure. And I went in and I saw all these well-dressed people most of whom had come 1,000 miles or so, and they've come to do stupid things. And I looked around and I thought, boy, am I going to get rich. You know? I mean, imagine going 1,000 miles to throw a bunch of dice where you know you're going to lose money over time if you keep doing it. And those people are making decisions in the stock market, and they set prices, and all you have to do is every now and then look at one and say, wait, that doesn't make any sense in terms of where it's selling. Don't do anything in life where if somebody asks you the reason why you're doing it, the answer is everybody else is doing it. I mean, if you just cancel that as a rationale for doing any activity in life, you'll live a better life, whether it's at the stock market or any place else. I've seen more dumb things, and sometimes even illegal things, but justified on the basis of everybody else is doing it. You don't need to do what everybody else is doing it. It's maddening during the internet craze, when the bubble was going on, and here's your neighbor who's got an IQ 50 points below you, and he's making all this easy money, and your wife is telling you, this jerk next door is making money, and you're smarter than he is, and why aren't you making money? Well, you have to forget about all that sort of thing. You just have to do what works, what you understand, and if you don't understand it and somebody else is doing it, don't get envious or anything of the sort. What? Pardon me?
Do you get butterflies? Do you get nervous?
No, never.
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 Sleepless nights?
No. If I'm not going to do something that causes me to not sleep at night. No. If you're going to have sleepless nights, you shouldn't be investing. I mean, you don't know what you're doing on that stock. No, I sleep like a baby.